Hello there, I'm Tigster2005 of the Prequelgang, and welcome to another episode of Tigster Talks, the show where I talk about stuff by myself. So, 2 days ago I watched The Avengers, and oh my god, this movie was absolutely amazing. Wow, easily my favorite MCU movie so far. Like, yes, I really enjoyed Iron Man, I really enjoyed Thor, but Avengers, wow, this is like on a whole nother level. So again, this video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen this movie, do it. Just do it. Watch this movie. It is amazing. uh, yes. Go watch it. Just do it. Watch it. Go. And then after you're done, come back. Okay. So, The Avengers. This movie, this is basically about the superheroes from the previous 5 movies, teaming up, and basically they're teaming up against Loki from Thor. So basically they're all Shield has been like experimenting with this blue cube known as the Tesseract, which was in Captain America: The First Avenger, and also in the post-credit scene of Thor. Basically, they're trying to use it as a power source, but it goes wrong, and it like starts creating like portals to like other dimensions, including the one that Loki is from, and yeah, that's basically the plot of this movie. And then the superheroes they come together and to form the Avengers team. So we have Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Captain America, of course, but then also two other characters. There's Natasha Romanoff, who was in Iron Man 2. She's also known as Black Widow, although they literally only call her in this movie, like, they call her that, like, one time. And also, Clint Barton, who, apparently is known as, Hawkeye, but again, they basically don't call him that in this movie, so, yeah, but apparently they're called Black Widow and Hawkeye, so, yeah. So what makes this movie so good? Okay, first of all the characters, they are like, they bounce off of each other really well, sometimes literally. They have all these little arguments about each one of them, and like all of their flaws, like they're kind of coming together to create these arguments, and especially there's like especially a lot of rivalry between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, which, if I recall correctly, if what I heard is correct, that becomes a really big thing in Captain America: Civil War, apparently, but I don't know. I haven't watched that movie yet. That's still like a long ways to go from here. But yes, there's a lot of banter between the characters in this movie, and a lot of them actually do get developed pretty well. Tony Stark, he was kind of a narcissist in his movies, and then in this movie, he becomes a little bit more selfless because of like what's going on, and Steve Rogers, he's from like the last time that he was in the world, basically. It was the 1940s during World War II, and now it's like modern day, so everything is basically changed for him, and he has to get used to everything that's like happening here. Yes, so there's a lot of that going on, and then, guys, this movie, it is so funny. This is easily like the funniest MCU movie so far. Like, yes, Iron Man was funny, Thor was funny, of course, but Avengers, it just like, it has this level of comedy to it that's like, it's not forced at all. Like, it's not forced, but it's so funny that like you can't help but laugh throughout the entire movie. And yeah, like big funny. My parents and I, we were basically laughing the entire time, to the point where like after we finished watching this movie, like the next morning I was still in just like a really good mood, and it was like mostly because of the humor in this movie. It was perfect. So one thing about this movie that might be a little bit distracting for some people is that they recast the person who plays Bruce Banner, who is the Hulk, and I don't know. I think the guy here does a good job as well. I think he might actually have been better than the guy who played him in The Incredible Hulk, but like, I don't know. I don't really remember what he was like in The Incredible Hulk, so like, I don't know. It definitely wasn't as jarring as the recasting of Rhodey in Iron Man 2. So there's that. Yes. So this movie, it's funny and it's action-packed. All the action stuff is really good, and like all of the characters, like all of them are just top-notch in this movie. Yeah, that's like, you really gotta watch the movie in order to understand what I'm talking about here, because I can just spout out a bunch of nonsense about this movie and how good it was that like I feel like I'm not doing this movie justice. You gotta watch it. This is like this is an S tier movie for me so far. Like, if Iron Man and Thor were A, Iron Man 2 was like B, and Captain America and Hulk were like C or D, something like that, then yes, Avengers is easily S. Like, that's, like, there's no question about that. And also, the post-credits scene. The post-credits scene. It was hilarious. Like, it was literally just the six of them just sitting in this restaurant place eating. And then it just ends. The movie just ends on that. My parents and I, we were just like rolling around laughing on the couch. It was great. But this movie actually also has a mid-credits scene, which we accidentally skipped over because we didn't realize it had a mid-credits scene. Basically, it's this, I think that's supposed to be Thanos who would later appear in, like, Infinity War, saying some stuff about how they're, like, they can't be ruled over something, like humans can't be ruled over, something like that. I don't know, probably might be important, but I don't see the importance of it yet. But I guess this is the introduction to Thanos, who I guess is important later in the MCU. Why are there two scenes that are, like, you have to watch some of the credits to get to? Like, again, I said this in the, Hulk video, but, like, you know, most people, you might go to a movie, and then once the credits start playing, you think, oh, it's the end of the movie, I can leave. But no, there's stuff after the movie is over, which, okay, maybe seeing 6 people sitting around on a table, at a table, isn't that important, but sometimes it was, in some cases, like in the first Iron Man, where Nick Fury basically shows up and says that Tony has been, like, he's now, like, a part of something that is, like, much bigger. Yeah. So, anyway, Avengers. Watch it if you haven't already. Actually, if you're at this point in the video and you haven't watched this movie, what are you doing here? Like, why have you watched this video and not watched the Avengers? Go do it. So, yeah, the next installment of the MCU is Iron Man 3. And this is the beginning of Phase 2. Yes, the MCU is, like, split into 3 groups called phases. Phase 1 starts with Iron Man and ends with the Avengers. Phase 2 starts with Iron Man 3 and ends with Ant-Man. Phase 3 starts with Captain America Civil War and ends with Spider-Man Far From Home. So, yeah, I'm gonna be starting Phase 2 the next time I watch the MCU movies. An MCU movie, I don't know why I said it like that, but whatever. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Hit the bell. Follow us on Instagram and Twitch, and join our Discord server. So yes, keep having the high ground. Bye.